When you evaluate what went wrong against Penn State, it's probably a bunch of things, but how confident are you that you solved whatever it was that were the issues?
Well, that's the one great thing about this team and this coaching staff is that we identify problems, we put a plan together, we work on correcting those problems, and that's what we've done all week. And you know, we've had a couple good practices here to address the things that we think we need to get better at, and like where we're at going into this game.
First downs were a particular problem last week. Can you put your finger on what the problems were?
Yeah, just consistency. You know, getting it wasn't a specific thing, but I think Penn State did a good job. You know, and they had a good plan, and you know, they out-executed us on first down.
It seemed like Isaiah had a tough night. Isaiah Prince, like what have you seen from him so far, and what does he need to get better at, Ed?
Yeah, I mean, everybody needs to get better. Isaiah's working on the things he needs to get better at. You know, we've addressed those, and he's not the only person that has areas that they need to improve. But you know, we just didn't do enough good things. You know, and in my evaluation, when we get down to that red zone, we got to make sure we punch it in there and not settle for field goals and, you know, come away with some touchdowns.
And I know you guys have played on the road against some really good defenses the last 2 weeks, but in general, do you feel like your play calling has been diverse enough to keep defenses honest? It seemed in particular like Penn State was really coming downhill at you guys in that second half. I just didn't know if you thought you did a good enough job of keeping them off balance.
Well, we have to do a better job of definitely keeping teams off balance, and you know, they were attacking us and coming after us pretty aggressively, and you know, playing to win. You know, they were behind and they were playing to win, and they were playing aggressive, and you know, they did a nice job in the second half.
How much does your list of plays you're comfortable calling change when the game gets tight, or when you're in a tough environment like that? It seems like it gets a little bit shorter from our vantage point. Does it actually, or?
Well, it just depends, you know, on what's working and the confidence you have, and you know, what they're doing, what you're doing, and so forth. And you know, are you playing with a lead, and how wide open do you want to be when you're up 2 touchdowns and things? So yeah, there's a lot of variables involved in that.
Has there been a discussion this week of Curtis Samuel needs to factor into the running game from now on? I mean, obviously, yeah, I think he had 2 carries Saturday, one for 74 and one for -3. But yeah. Is there? Do you ever go back and just look at that and just go, you know what?
Yeah, we always look at, you know, every aspect of it.
I know that, yeah, but I mean,
but yeah, touches for him. How do you get him the ball? I mean, he had 8 catches though.
Yeah.
You know, which is, I think, his season high there. So we were trying to get him the ball, and we always do. And yeah, as many times as you can get good athletes the ball in space, that's your objective, and we have to do a better job of that, no question.
Hey, we didn't get to talk to you after the game, but y'all threw 43 passes. I think you called maybe 4 or 5 more where JT had ran.
Mm-hmm.
Was that sort of the thought going into that night, that y'all were going to throw the ball a lot?
Well, again, want to, you know, have some balance.
Yeah.
You know, have balance in the run game, balance in the passing game. So
but 48, 50 passes is
that's pretty high for us.
Yeah.
But again, trying to, you know, take advantage of them playing a lot of people close to the line of scrimmage and trying to stop the run, and that's why, you know, I thought that was different than in the games past where we, you know, opened it up and threw the ball more.
Go ahead.
A lot of the success you've had when you have passed is broken plays, JT improvising. What's your assessment or evaluation of the conventional passing game? Just the drop back, find the guy 15 yards downfield, 20 yards downfield, and connecting.
That's an area, you know, that we are constantly pushing to try to get better at. You know, I mean, we need to be able to do that consistently. And that's something that we still can improve on. But you know, we're working that. You know, we're a running team, play action pass, but when we need to drop back and throw, we have to be able to do that and execute at a high level. And there's a lot of variables. You know, some are the defense, some are protection, some are, you know, execution, throwing and catching, and all those things are part of being effective on offense.
Is there any area y'all emphasize this week more than maybe before with your young receivers, or still sort of inexperienced receivers, to bring them along even stronger in the last half of the season? I mean, what did you see that you didn't like from that group, and what do you see in this practice that gives you encouragement? I mean, you're, other than Noah Brown, you know, the other guys, well, even Noah Brown, I think the wideouts caught, 4 or 5 passes out of the 28 the other night.
Yeah, well, Curtis,
Yeah.
he plays wide out.
Well, I know, but-
he caught 8.
I count him as a hybrid back.
Yeah, he's our slot receiver.
Yeah.
So
Weber's a running back. He caught 8. I think.
yeah, but I just think that
You know what I'm asking? I mean,
yeah,
you know,
I know
those
what
guys
you're
come
saying.
along, yeah.
Yeah, they're coming along. I mean, man coverage is where you have to be able to win. You have to be able to win in man coverage when people press you up and play tighter. You have to be able to get open. That's something we always work on. We're always pushing that. Our defense plays a lot of man coverage, so we see that every day, and that's the challenge we have, is how to separate, how to execute the throw game and give JT enough time to do that.
Ed, could Marcus Baugh be a factor in this? I don't know, getting it corrected. He seemed to show some signs there, even on Saturday night, that he could change things for you guys offensively.
Yeah, he made, I think he had 5 catches, and, he can be a big part of our passing game. He gives you a threat in the middle of the defense and out on the edges where he's a big target. We need to use him, and he did some good things in the passing game for us. He could still improve too, just like every position, but that is balance again. If it's not just Noah Brown, it needs to be not just Curtis, it needs to be other guys, and he's a piece that can give you another option.
Yeah, the only reason I'm asking about Penn State is because that's the last time we got to see you guys play. We don't get to watch practice and stuff. And y'all
Yes.
are headed to Northwestern, which has video, of course, of what Wisconsin and Penn State what went right. But for example, Marcus Baugh had 5 catches. Yet there was a blitz control play, that might have been a touchdown. Are those the things that young players have to go through sometimes too?
Yeah, sometimes those are things that
You know what
we
I'm
as
talking about,
coaches
yeah.
have to cover. We have to do a good job covering them, and we have to put them in those situations. And then those situations come up in critical times. They have to be ready to execute. So that's our responsibility to make sure they're ready to do that. And like you said, inexperienced guys sometimes don't make those plays, and they need to in order to be effective. They got to make plays in critical situations.
By virtue of your position.
More questions. Suffered a loss. You guys had some process changes in terms of where you went up to the box and stuff. So I was wondering, based on this past game, was there anything that wasn't working in terms of the process of calling plays, whether it was communication or getting play calls down to the field, seeing the field, or anything that might have,
No, not really. No, I don't think so. I mean, there's not going to be any, change in that process at all. No, we're just got to do a better job all across the board.
How effective do you feel the opening script has been this season, the play calling script?
I don't know. I haven't evaluated that. I mean, we've had some situations where we've been really backed up, coming out, and so sometimes the opening script doesn't apply on the 3-yard line, so I don't really have an answer for that.
The offensive coordinator always is the lightning rod that just kind of comes with a position.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It does.
Is there are you smiling? I mean, are you unfazed by criticism? Does it bother you? You just kind of the bucker mentality.
Yeah, I mean, that comes with the territory. You get a lot of positive things said when you win by a lot of points, and you get criticism, which comes with the territory when you lose. We have to play better. I have to do a better job. We have to do a better job coaching, play better, execute better. And that all starts with the coaching staff and the preparation, and give our kids a chance. So, yeah.
Is it ever difficult for you, though, Ed, to be 1 week, averaging 50 points a game and, all the stats, and then 1 week have a hard time on offense, and then the entire fan base is up in arms on whether the play calling is correct?
Oh, yeah, that's just the nature of the beast. Yeah, that comes with the territory. I mean, that doesn't affect me or how we do business or what we think. We're going to have a plan. We're going to go in. We're going to do it together as a staff and as a team, and we're going to go out there and execute what we think we need to do and execute it at a high level.
The situation with
It's our
Prince-
responsibility
The
to do
situation
it.
with Prince, at what point do you guys give him a back or a tight end to help him? I mean, that was kind of an ongoing thing from the beginning of the game on, and it seemed in the fourth quarter he was still alone on an island out there. Just what can you do in that situation to help him?
Yeah, y'all still stayed in empty a lot.
Yeah, that's something we have to address, when a guy is struggling or having a night that, how do you make his job a little easier? How do you relieve him? And because he's a good player and he's talented, he's had a good week of practice. But yeah, absolutely, there are things you can do, and those are things that we have to have ready to go to help guys.
Thanks, Ed.
Thanks.